1, 2, 3. Hello and welcome. Today, let's look at a game called Gunlocked. This is similar to Vampire Survivor in that you just use one stick to control your character and the weapons sort of act independently of you, but how it gets there is very different. So if you did enjoy Vampire Survivor, there's a good chance you'll like this game. Let's jump in and I'll show you everything about it, or most of it. Right now we have 7 pilots. There's a patch coming soon that will actually add a bunch more pilots. Each pilot has their own weapon and they have their own augment, and we'll look at the augments in a second. Weapon-wise, it's one of the basic weapons in the game, and you can get each of these with any pilot. The augments themselves you can't, except for Ace here, who's a little bit of a weird bird. Alright, so, in our case, we have a radar that's going to mark targets, and then we shoot rockets at them. And our augment automatically locks on one random target every time when it goes on the screen. So after we destroy one, we can get a new one. Only one can be marked at any given time. Augments are sort of like modifiers for your run, personal modifiers on the ship. So, like if you did this small ship, it's reduced size by 30%, speed by increased speed by 33%, but you take extra damage and have less shields. This one, you increase your passive shield regeneration by 200% when your shields go below 25. I didn't even know I had passive shield regeneration, and remains in effect until your basic shields are over 30. All these are unlocked just by doing whatever the yellow text says. I think I still have one that's not unlocked here. Yeah. Ships. You get your. It's just different colors and different shapes. There's going to be more of those and more augments added. These 4 were just unlocked by beating each of the individual stages. Trials I haven't messed with. I'm pretty sure that is like little difficulty challenges and things like that, but I haven't done it, so I can't be positive. Codex, his knowledge base, hasn't been put in yet, but that's okay. This is still very early. Alright, let's go on this. I haven't done Endless. I just beat the rest of these a couple days ago. Actually, the last one a couple of days ago. I beat the first one the day I got it. So let's go over to Endless and we'll play a little bit in that. I don't know how that is, but we're going to be deploying, and we're going to take the original guy with just a couple things to help us out. Help me show you why you probably like this game. Alright, here we go. Afterboss. Activate when all weapons or utilities are at max level. Cool. Enemy shields increase by 5% of base shields every minute after 15. Yeah. These games tend to be very short, so it's a really good bite-sized game too. Enemy collision damage increases by 10% after 20. Oh. So we'll get a little bit more scaling after that 15-minute mark, because I think in the regular game you really only scale up to that 15-minute mark. Alright, so once you go up a level, you get to choose, and each one of these will be labeled utility. If you look in the upper right corner, that one's a weapon, that's a utility. Utility is the 4 boxes over there, like utilities, obviously, and weapons, obviously weapons, but just in case. You know, you can only have 4 of each, which is also different from Vampire Survivor in that they have a lot more items. This has fewer items, but it seems to have a lot more upgrades. So we want to pick something that would complement us. In our case, we are very lucky. We got the radar array, which increases the number of things that people can lock onto. And if you look at the synergy down here, since we have that and it locks on, we want any of these things a little bit more than some of the other ones. So let's grab that and keep going. Now, like I said, in this game, you're primarily just steering, which is very much in that Vampire Survivor sort of thing. You see, I can lock on to multiple things. Oops. And I can cleverly dodge that pad. And in the beginning, you're more or less trying to dodge everything and get as much XP as possible. Not that I'm doing a particularly good job of that, but that is technically what we're trying to do. As you go on, though, it slowly becomes... You get 2 rerolls real quick. You get 2 rerolls. There's augments that affect rerolls, but at a base level, you just get 2 for each time you level up. So if you don't use them, they won't stack up. There's an augment that does let them stack, but for the most part, it allows you to make sure you get something, hopefully, that'll help you out. So we're going to reroll here. Alright, we can now upgrade this. That's what we're going to do. This is our main weapon. We're going to upgrade that because that that is probably... This one's probably the hardest start out of all of them. So the first, like, 1 or 2 upgrades make things so much easier with that, with the regular Gunlocked. And you get more targets, but we also took that, that mod that also gave us more targets at our level there. Don't hit rocks like I just did. That is not what you want to do. Getting too greedy for experience. Be sloppy. There is a healing item, and it is really good, but it's very strange that there seems to be only like 1 or 2 small ways to heal. So, as I was going to say, in the beginning you're kind of chasing things down constantly and trying to figure out how to get all of that experience. And then later what you're doing is just trying not to get hit, because there's tons of stuff on the screen. And as you go, it's going to get more and more stuff, and those are bombs. They will shut down all of your weapons. So you do not want to be inside that purple area when it goes. Hopefully, some of these will start dropping a little bit more of the experience. Alright, we probably don't want any of those, so we're going to reroll again. What's this? Hey, that's not bad. That works with our lock-on. Next 3 lock-ons stun enemies. That's a good thing. But, recharge time. Heatsink is probably the most important thing you can grab, so let's grab that. That's going to mean everything's going to go faster. The sweep will recharge faster so that we can have more rockets out. And by having more rockets out, that means we can get more experience. There's a lot of upgrades in this game, but I think that some of the ones that are missing are going to be really big for how people play and enjoy the game. Because a lot of the ones that are missing are things like extra area effects for normal stuff. This is technically... The scouting unit is technically a lock-on, but we're not going to take that because it just causes things to take extra damage, and that's kind of boring. This guy, on the other hand, he's going to spin around our ship, and he's going to shoot things independently of me. Not that I was shooting anything by giving it directions before. And yeah, so as you can see, it's starting to get a little hectic with not necessarily things hurting me. Oh, yep, there you go. Actually, now you can see it. That's what that does. Those purple things disable your guns. And if you have, like, shields or anything, extra shields, it disables those too. Your utilities, everything. So, definitely not wanting to get hit on a normal basis. These pads will upgrade you. There's small ones and big ones. Nice. So, that gave us a bonus to that weapon already, and that is a very good thing because that saves us a little bit of time. We'll be able to get some more interesting... we'll get the weapons upgraded just a little sooner because of that. Force field hits enemies. Yeah. If we had beam dip, every enemy's targeted by lock-on effects take an additional 10. Well, that could... Yeah, we could do that. Because we have lots of lock-on effects. Or heat seekers. 10 damage on the 3 enemies. And that's... but this one, we'll go with that. So that'll have them on... It'll start shooting heat-seeking missiles at them. That's on a utility, too, so we're getting a nice bonus on that one. You can tell, like, eventually, like, just absolutely mounds of ammo will be flying from the vehicle that we are piloting, and making life generally not so great for the enemy. We have to start... We will eventually end up basically threading a needle for... not getting hit while you're trying to move around. a little harder than it looks. It's also been a while since I played games with live commentary, so we can go one homing. We know that's there though, so let's try and get a little more powered up on something else. Let's grab this. Healing drones. Alright. That'll keep us in the game just a little bit longer, especially when I get myself hit like that. Ow. Oh, doing so bad. Not used to talking and that sort of thing. Hey, the last game that I played as a Let's Play is about to be come out as a remake. I'm thinking I'm going to play that game, and I'm going to respawn that Let's Play, because the previous Let's Play just didn't work out. Alright, we are starting to get there. So hopefully we can pick up another good upgrade next, and get things even crazier. Let's get ourselves healed. Well, see this little shiny thing right here? That would normally be how you would get all of your healing done if you don't take the drones. It says you do heal naturally some. I'm not sure I believe that, because I have never noticed it. Not a single time. Alright, we have a cooldown. So technically we could grab one of these, like that beam thing in front of us again. That might not be bad. Let's see what we got here. Target appears, moving left or right. Locks on and fires homing flares. There's a lock on them, but it sounds a little boring, honestly. Ooh, okay, let's go with extras. Extra lock on. I do like that it does that, by the way. If you notice, when you pause and you hit resume, it does a little countdown timer to make sure, like, okay, you're ready. You're really ready. There's our first boss. Now, when the bosses come out, basically everything stops giving experience. Which is... This isn't really a boss, though. This is more like a... Well, it is a boss. Feels like a mini-boss. Mini-boss. I would call it a mini-boss. I don't think it's a real boss. Oops. I'm about to get hit. That's much. Ooh, the little ships. Those guys. These little dudes that chase you. Those are like some of the most obnoxious enemies, because most of the time they're good for pressuring you as a player because you're bad. Stop getting it. Hey, I'll take that vulnerability. They're good for pressuring you because they just come straight at you. And if you're lucky, everything works out and you don't have a problem. But I generally tend to not be lucky because I'm a bad pilot. Like that. Where I was watching the boss, not me, and I hit a freaking asteroid. Ow! Oh, God, why am I so bad? Oof. The bosses are actually pretty tough in this game. I'm surprised, because usually in like shoot 'em up games like this, the bosses are usually like, he's alright. And in our case, it's just a matter of making sure I go to the right areas so that he can take damage from everything. Ooh, hey. Still gonna need whatever that power-up is. Ah, it's repairs. I do need those. Yeah, the bosses have a pretty good chunk of hit points. I'm not really being able to do too much damage because I didn't upgrade one thing a lot. I just grabbed a little bit of everything. Sometimes that can be a not perfect strategy. I like to get loaded up with all my stuff first. That was our repair. If you notice, it repaired like probably, oh, maybe 5%. Yeah. So, the drone repair is definitely for people like me who run into things way too often. Because it pops up, like, I mean, you've seen already, it pops up just all the time. It's like, okay. Oh, look at all those missiles. We're getting there. Ah, nuke. You know what, given my propensity for damage, let's upgrade the repair drone, because I seem to need it. Yeah, this one gets pretty crazy with how much stuff is flying at you, especially in some of the as you're playing the regular missions towards the end of the last one, there's just stuff on the screen in such large quantities that the only thing you can do is focus on dodging. This endless isn't so bad yet, but I'm sure it's gonna get there real soon. And because of that, it is kind of hard to pay attention to what's going on, and the graphics are really nice, so it's kind of like, hey, we got a nice free upgrade to our homing thing. So that means we get an extra 3 at this point, because we're at 3rd level. Let's start upgrading our big boy here. Get that sweep going for as much as we can. It is... Once it gets to its last stage, the sweep is crazy. You're literally like bullet helling the enemies. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter if you heal, if you run into the wall right afterwards. Yeah, sometimes I am smart. Yeah, like I said, the similarities to Vampire Survivor, I would say it's not super similar. It obviously not similar at all in looks, but the gameplay, they both have kind of the same beginning, but very, very different as you get very different ways of doing the same thing or a similar thing. And I think that they did a great job of differentiating, and I think having more pilots is in it, because each pilot has a completely different playstyle, so all of that stuff I think really adds up to make it really fun. Let's reroll, see what we can pull out here. Yeah, there we go. One more upgrade for the old radar lock. Got more space. Oh no, we need space. In space. The spaciest space. Alright. Yeah, see now, compared to what we started with, this is huge. I mean, we've just got missiles flying everywhere, and like I said, we're just... my job as the pilot is basically dodge at this point. Ow. Well, you know, dodge and then run right back into it. I dodged it so well, and then... right back into it. But that's why we took this. So that I can not have to worry about that. Jeez. Whew, it's getting a little hectic. I could upgrade that. Let's reroll. Let's reroll. Yeah, there we go. Fully upgraded on our gun lock. So now it goes twice in the same period, locks twice as many people, and we throw rockets everywhere. And it's going super fast. So when you see, like, this is what I was saying, like, earlier, oh, well, because I've been focusing on a bunch of different weapons. If you could focus on one weapon early in the game, you can get it really ridiculously overpowered fast. And, I mean, the game catches up with you eventually, but it'll give you a huge advantage in the beginning, especially when you're trying to level, because being able to kill all of those things is just so crazy. Alright, let's see if we can't find something. Let's go with this light rail. Light rail's it's a beam weapon. Do we want it? Doesn't benefit from our lock. None of these benefit from our lock. Let's see what we get. Looks like we're gonna go with that one. It does benefit from our lock. Sometimes, that's the danger of the reroll, is sometimes you're going to reroll and the thing you got will not be quite as good as the original thing you were looking at and going, I could probably do better. Which, again, that definitely gives it a part of its replay value, because you're over here like, okay, well, let's see how that works. Oh boy. Everything gets locked. Then you get rockets, and yeah, basically, this one is one of those you do the synergies. Just build everything with locking if you're using that, or beams. Beams are kind of fun because there's one that makes your beam weapons reflect to nearby opponents, and then there's another one that makes any time a beam weapon hit, everybody catches in the area catches on fire. So it gets kind of crazy, like how much stuff you can do. Oh yeah, we did grab that. Alright, let's we'll upgrade that guy. So our locks are locking. Oh, And as we noted before, when you run into the purple patches and they explode, you have a couple seconds before they explode, but when they do explode, it just shuts down all your weapons. In this game, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world as long as you're good at dodging. Yeah, there we go. Now we got like 2 things that are almost fully... The second one's almost fully done, and then that, again, your weapons just get crazy at the end, so as you can see, it's like it has become somewhat of a bullet hell for them because there's just missiles everywhere getting locked on. And for me, I just need to learn to dodge. Alright, let's upgrade our cooldown timer, because again, that makes everything faster, so it's everything faster. That means that our healing station will show up more often. That means that we will lock more people, and we will shoot more missiles, and we will just generally do everything better. It's probably the one, like, must-have upgrade, in my opinion, almost every single time. Every run I end up with, if I can. Sometimes I don't, but honestly, it probably is the strongest upgrade. If they were going to do any, like, altering, that would probably be where it would want to be. Oh, God. Ow! Oh, no, I'm gonna die. Oh, it's all going bad. It's all... My insistence on trying to repair has gotten me killed. How does that work? Oh, please! Repairs! Yes! I just get repairs. Oh, dodge, 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 dodge. Oh, ow! Oh, that's not gonna go well. Oh, okay. Oh, hopefully he doesn't do that thing too often. Eek, 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 eek. Ooh. Oh. Ow. No. Doing so badly in this boss fight. Like, a part of me wants to watch the boss and be like, okay, what's he doing? Yep. Doing things that can hit me automatically. And then the other part of me is like, dodge, 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 dodge. Ow. Too close. Can't move. Can't move. After this boss will be done. But yeah, like, as you can see here, this is just a regular, this is just your boss fight, and there's still, at times, so much stuff that you can't dodge. And I can't dodge because apparently I can't dodge. Huh. Alright. I died. So, as you can see, a little bit like Vampire Survivor, but also quite different. If you did like Vampire Survivor, I would almost guarantee you're going to like this. I do apologize for any of the ums and ahs today. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and hopefully you'll come back for the next video. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.